Hey Toy Collector fans, Fly Guy for TekSushi.com, giving you a look at this G.I. Joe Firefly, one of the many Fireflies that will be out in the Retaliation line. This one comes with a bit of a play feature there, which is just basically referred to here as a board. And as you can see, Firefly can sit on this thing, you can attach his hands to the board and the light comes on. And that's about it. You can load a canister, it presses a button and it releases it, and that's it. So some batteries in there, and that's really all you get in terms of instructions on it. It is a kind of a strange piece, and one which definitely we'll probably see more, I would very much imagine, in the Blu-ray or DVD as a deleted scene or something, because not quite sure why Hasbro would go to all this effort on this thing, and then we don't actually get to see it in the movie. So expect an unrated extended edition, no doubt. So we'll maybe find out what this thing is. So as you can see here, Firefly is sitting inside this thing. He comes with loads of other attachments, and I'll show you them in a minute. But really not quite sure about this light up feature here. I think the idea was that the light up feature would carry through into the arms on the figure, which are translucently clear, but it doesn't work. So even in a darkened room, it just doesn't carry that light forward. So I'm not quite sure what was going on there. If anybody knows, please tell us. So in terms of the actual figure itself, there's sorry, not the figure itself, the board itself, there's a fair amount of detail on there. We've got a Cobra logo, a good bit of detail and etching out, making it a kind of mini rig almost overall. So not a bad piece of equipment for your buck, just a bit of a useless one really, I think. Let us know what you think. Is it good or bad? But it's like a glorified lawnmower basically, which is... you never know in that extended scene. It might be Fireflies cutting the grass. That might what it might be. So you never know. He also comes with his little canister as well, which clips into the front, and you'll see that pops in there. And pressing a button just releases it out, and that's it. So it's let's pass on this one, shall we say? It's okay, but really doesn't work all that well. Great light up feature though. Love the light up feature and the cool green glow, but just doesn't do anything. Anyway, let's move on. So one other thing that we've got on Firefly, which he can add as an accessory, is on his thighs. We get two tiny little removable holsters, and they plug in. Let me just put them back in there. And one is a much smaller one than one on the other side, and the simple reason for that is the weapons are different. One's bigger than the other. So we get one slightly larger, you can barely see this, it's so small. Considering some of the other G.I. Joe weapons are absolutely huge, this one's tiny, but it's a fairly decent pistol kind of thing. Very, very small though, and if you think it's a small, wait to see the other one. But there we go, very simple little pistol. And then this rinky-dinky tiny little pistol just about takes his finger in the holster, and that's it. So finger in the trigger, I should say. So a really tiny little pistol that comes with it. And he also comes with an interchangeable head, and this is supposed to look more like Ray Stevenson from the movie. So you can just see, if my big fat hands are out of the way, you can just about see there is a little bit of scarring going on in that forehead. It's just not coming up too well. But there is, trust me, a little bit of scarring on there, which is kind of similar to the movie again, you've seen it. So there's a light bit of scarring on there, but in terms of the likeness to the character, it's not bad. It's just not really on the money, that's all. But it's certainly not a bad looking sculpted head, so yay to Hasbro for that. Pretty decent. And let's get a look at Firefly himself. He does look pretty mean, I have to say. He certainly has a good mean stance on him, as Firefly always should. And he's definitely got some interesting paintwork on him. Nice kind of tattoo element on the arm, and that carries across to the back as well, which I absolutely love. A really cool kind of print on him. Shame there's not more of it. But even the print and the colouring and the paint's very well applied. There's no issues at all there. As usual, fairly high Joe standards. Cobra logo on his vest. I love how he put the Cobra logo on them. Trying to be top secret guys, and the big huge logo, but there you go. So as you can see, these green elements there, and it's basically a green hand with painted black paint. I I think they tried to do this, but it just didn't work. This clear piece that's on his forearm there, so there's not much else really going on in that. It doesn't come off as far as I can see. It doesn't really do anything. It's basically a big part of the arm. So I think they were trying to be clever on that, but I don't think it worked. So yes, weird, but there we go. Kudos for trying. In terms of articulation on him, he's got a ball jointed head, ball joint with a hinge on the shoulders. He's got a ball joint hinge for the elbows. There is no swivel wrist, but there is this swivel forearm there. In fact, it's not a swivel wrist at all, it's just the swivel elbow, so there's nothing on the wrists. I thought one of them had, but nope. He does have a swivel torso, as well as these full pin articulated thighs. You'll see a double joint on the knees, and there is nothing in the ankles, which is a little bit frustrating, but there we go, and we've got a peg down there. So a little bit limited in the articulation. You can bet your bottom dollar. In fact, we've seen the pictures and we know. I bought this from DarksideToys.com, as usual, pretty much where I get all my Joes. They have tons of Joes and plenty of pre-orders, and they get the pictures up for the next Firefly that's coming along. So there's plenty of other Fireflies out there if this, you decide this one's not for you, but even as it stands alone, it's still a pretty damn cool figure. So I am liking this one, despite the weird lawnmower thing that he comes with. Let us know what you think. Is this Firefly really worth it or not? I'm still not sure on the green colour. Firefly's always been kind of grey to me, so a little bit unusual, but let us know what you think. Comments below or on facebook.com/TekSushi, twitter.com/TekSushi, or you can join us on Google+, and there's a Google+ G.I. Joe community as well as our TekSushi page on there. Put some links directly underneath this. You can buy this at, as I said, Darkside Toys and some other resellers as well. We'll put some links there, and go and pick it up. It's definitely not a bad figure, plus a free lawnmower. See you for more figure reviews coming up soon. Cheers.